Hey guys, Foxdrop here, the video on being a master baiter when you're playing as a jungler. Now being able to make some good bait plays is really quite important when you're playing in the old jingle jangle, because it can help you turn some situations, some skirmishes into your favour when otherwise they really shouldn't be working out for you at all. And actually, did you know that cornflakes was invented to stop junglers making these master bait plays? If you don't believe me, go Google it. I swear it's 100% true. But anyway, we're going to take a look at some examples in this game of where baiting was used and just break it down a little bit. So I hope you enjoy this video. Let's get cracking. The first bait play we're going to take a look at starts in the very beginning of the game. It's the first ganks we're going to see. I've just finished my jungle route, my level 3 jungle route. I started out blue buff, then I did a mini camp and then took my red buff. It's quite an old school jungle route, but it allows me to do some very good ganking in this early game, which is what I'm going to do here. So I'm setting myself up right now to go for a lane gank on this Riven. Now of course there's no way I'd be able to gank Riven if I didn't do it this way, which is why I'm choosing to do this strategy instead. And I'm going to pause it right here to just take a look at what's happening, what's going down. Now the reason why I've walked here, despite the fact that obviously I'm not going to be able to kill Riven from this position, is because I'm pretty sure that Lee Sin will want to come this way as well. Why? Because just take a look at this Jax. He's way overextended, he's half health, he's a juicy kill. Riven is probably one of the strongest top laners at this level. Lee Sin is probably one of the strongest junglers at this level as well. Very powerful early game composition, juicy target. Of course they're going to want to go here. Now I don't actually know if Lee Sin has decided to go here or not, so I'm just using an educated guess, hoping that he is. But judging by this Riven's movements, we can make a pretty safe assumption that Lee Sin is on his way. Surprise, surprise. Speak of the devil, here he is. Now, there's something I wanted to mention about why this is where the whole bait takes place. I stayed in this bush for a very long time. I didn't jump on Riven when she was here. I waited till she was very close to me before I went in. In fact, she's literally right up against my noggin here. That's how close I wanted her to be. The reason for that is because if we went on Riven here, yes, she would have been isolated from Lee Sin, so she'd be an easy target, but we'd probably only blow her flash because she's so close to her tower, we wouldn't be able to chase it so far. But by baiting the Jax, what I did there was baiting the Jax by hiding in the bush and not going out too early, we can now get this Riven to overextend onto us. So she face checks us, and we jump in, we manage to pick her up for the first blood, but Lee Sin then turns onto the Jax. He manages to pick Jax up, and I can't get on the Lee Sin hit. Now you may ask yourself, well, how is this actually that good of a play? You went 1 for 1, nothing too special. Well, at the end of the day, Jax started this fight on half health. And when you consider it was a Nidalee and Jax versus a Lee Sin and Riven, Riven is way too strong at this level. Lee Sin is way too strong at this level. And whereas Nidalee is also good in the early game, Jax is okay, but nothing special. Basically, in a standard 2v2 situation, this is not really a winning composition, Jax and Nidalee. So even going 1 for 1 and me chasing off Lee Sin, that's definitely considered a success compared to if you had taken it in a straight up fight. And that's really the art of the bait. Now we're going to take a look at another example and break that down as well. And this is the second clip you want to look at to demonstrate the art of baiting. Now, if you do remember this setting, if you think it's somewhat familiar, that's because it is the exact same setting from the last clip. This is a fuller one from the last clip. Now, what happened was, we went for a cheeky gank here, Jax died, and now I'm really just holding the lane. So what's going to happen now is that the roles are going to be reversed a little bit, and Jax is going to come in for his own little bait. So he's going to TP to the tower for the reduced TP cooldown, and he's going to go in for the lane gank here. Basically, somewhat almost an identical carbon copy of what I did here as well earlier. Now, if you're struggling to remember what happened earlier, that's understandable. It did happen like 5 seconds ago in the last clip we showed. So if you need to rewind, that's fine. Refresh your memory. But here we go. It's pretty much the exact same play that's happening here as to what I did. So I'm going to pause it here to break down what really should happen here in this bait play. So Lee Sin's jumped onto me. Now this was intentional. I'm now using myself as a bait. Jax is baiting me. I am the bait. What happens when you are the bait is you want to basically make the enemy think he can kill you, he can get something from you. So he chases you and then surprise, surprise, ambush, you got your friends, you turn it on him. So that's what I want to have happen here. By letting Lee Sin Q onto me, I can have him chase me. I'm kind of lowish on health, and Lee Sin will, basically what I just described. He'll chase me, he'll think he can get something from me, Jax jumps out of the bush, boom, goodbye Lee Sin. So let's see what actually happens and how this is, in the end, actually a terrible example of a bait. Because this is not how you bait at all. This is the complete opposite of how you bait. This is a T-ab. The literal opposite of a bait, a T-ab. Because as soon as I get jumped on, Jax comes out of the bush. You can tell this guy's in a jungler because he's done this completely wrong as far as baiting goes. So maybe he wants to try save me, be my hero or something. I don't know. But whatever it is, he's got this pussy on a pedestal apparently. And he tries to save me. But that's not really going to help me at all. Because I've now chunked and lost all this health for no reason. If he'd played the bait a little bit better, if he decided that he would wait and get Lee Sin a bit closer, then he could jump on him and he could try to do something to this guy. I mean, this guy is, maybe we wouldn't kill him, but we'd definitely get his flash. But that's how you don't do a bait. And that is also a good example of why baiting is a good tactic, because you can see there, we didn't get anything out of that. But if we had baited, we would have got something out of it. So this is the third and last example of a bait play that works out kind of well to demonstrate the power of baiting and why you should be using it in your games. So, what just happened in the top lane was Riven and Jax had a little bit of a spar, and Riven came out on top. Jax is recalled. They know that Jax is on low health. They know he's not going to be here. So they think that they can come and gank me. Please, you do not gank the ganker. I am the one who ganks. But at any rate, Lee Sin's coming in, and so I am now playing the role as bait again, and Jax has done a very sneaky TP onto this ward waiting in the bush. Now if I play the role of damsel in distress, then we get a very, very easy kill here. Free kill on Riven, free kill on Lee Sin. This was a textbook bait. Truly the masters of baiting. And I'm actually going to rewind that just to really break down in super slow-mo what happened here as to how this was perfect. First things first, as to why this bait is so good, is we have a perfect kind of setting, a scene for the bait, a bush. Bush is always the best things to bait. Bushes, fog of war, that kind of thing, it's all good. Now, this means I can run into the bush, and they don't know that there's a Jax sitting in there. Quite obvious, really, I suppose. But it also means that Lee Sin is dumb enough to chase me because he thinks that this is going to be a free kill. So if I just disappear into the bush, and then instantly, as soon as I'm disappearing into the bush, the enemies start advancing onto me, and Jax charges his counter strike. Now his choice in targeting here is pretty perfect. He decides to first go onto the Riven because she's the free kill, rather than just going for the safety play and just nuking down this Lee Sin. This guy wants it all, and he's gonna get it all. Jumps onto Riven, insta-gibs her pretty much. And then as soon as by the time they realise they just got baited hard, it's already over. Turning then onto Lee Sin, finishing him off. Really simple play, really easy. And if you guys are now sitting there thinking, why is Foxy making a video on baiting? It's really, it's obvious, it's simple. Well, you can see the big differences it makes if you do these plays. These are easily, if we don't do these baits right, we're going to lose kills out of this. Maybe even die ourselves in some situations. Baiting is a really crucial part of playing League. It's a very good way of like counter ganking or setting up ganks, which is why it's quite specifically useful for junglers as well. But yeah, being a master baiter, guys, I'm pretty sure you guys are already very good at being that. But being it in League as well is going to be very useful. So I definitely recommend that you practice your baiting. Anyway, I hope you found this video useful, guys. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe to me for more educational League content. As always, you can find me on Facebook. You can talk to me there, ask me questions, whatever you want to do. Keep up to date with me on Facebook. On Twitter as well, I'm on Twitter, and you'll catch me streaming on Twitch. All of those links, if you want to go follow me on there, which I highly suggest you do, all those links in the description, guys. But most importantly, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. The best day that you've ever had in your life. Why not? Why not, eh? It's already off to a good start. You've been watching my videos. Anyway, so yeah, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next video.